How long have you had your VA working with you now?
We're going on less than 3 months now. So I've only had them for about 3 months, but I'm already seeing a bump in interaction and comments and shares and likes. For example, one video that I produced and I released it last week, it has over 10,000 unique views, and that was before I did any boosting and paid advertisement. I put it on Facebook before Sphere Rocket, before I hired him. I would have not have done the editing. It looks very professional, and I would not have done that. And so because of that, I did the video, and because of that, I have over 10,000 views, and there's a lot of people that don't even know I'm in real estate, but now have seen this video.
Hello and good day to everyone that is currently tuning in here at the Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Once again, I'm going to be the host for today's episode. My name is Dwayne, and with us today we are with Michael. How are you doing today from Lux Luxury? I guess it's better for you to tell more about your
Yeah,
business
no
and
problem.
yourself.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Michael LaFido here from Lux. I'm the founder of the Lux designation. I'm a luxury agent here in the Chicagoland market. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you as well. And yeah, the reason that I didn't know I might have butchered your last name. It's Lafido. Okay, got
LaFido,
it.
yeah, it's all right. I've been called worse, but yeah, LaFido.
Oh, yes, I know. And just curious, which country is your name associated with? Is it an American last name or?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm raised here in the United States, but ancestry, it's an Italian last name.
Oh, yeah, I can tell the Italian ish kind of sound to your
Yeah,
name. And
yep.
that being said, I guess the name of the company itself is called Lux, so it's luxurious. Are we talking about only just the best of the best in terms of homes and stuff like that?
I mean, big or small, we sell them all here in Chicagoland, from starter properties to trophy properties. But our specialty is the upper price points. And we've sold a lot of celebrities' homes, National Football, NFL players' homes, Major League Baseball, CEOs. So as a licensed agent, I'm licensed here in the state of Illinois. But my consulting business, I've written a lot of books, have podcast ourselves, is a global business.
Okay, I guess that's the definition of luxurious homes. Celebrities, CEOs, those sort of stuff. But before you got to there, did you just get started off selling luxury homes, or you still started residential stuff in the real estate world? What's your story?
Yeah, I wish I started in luxury, but my story is similar to a lot of people. Many agents, many real estate agents, they wait. They have limiting beliefs. They think they have to wait 10, 12, 15 years, have gray hairs, or be a, a veteran agent before they can sell luxury or those upper price point homes. And that's not the case. So unfortunately, I waited about 10 to 12 years, and now I teach agents that it doesn't matter how many years you're licensed. You don't need to live in a gated community. You don't need to drive that exotic car or be with a certain brand to sell luxury homes. Unfortunately, those are all false, but that's kind of the narrative. People think it's like the evolution of a real estate agent. You got to sell entry level and work with buyers and renters, and then eventually high end, and luxury is usually last, which most people don't ever get to luxury, unfortunately.
That's really interesting because I guess I'm one of those people who think that yeah, if you're gonna sell luxury homes, you need to go from like first step, which is selling normal homes, and the price points of things or properties you sell just goes up. And you said that you don't necessarily need to go through all that process. And you mentioned that if you can, you would have started at the luxury home. So how
Yes.
different is it as a market?
Well, I like to say the high-end client, the luxury client, you know, they put their shorts or their pants on or their shoes on one foot or one leg at a time, just like you and I do. But many real estate agents think that they have to belong to that country club or live in that community to sell or represent them. And so I call those limiting beliefs. And so We help agents break down those barriers, those limiting beliefs, so that they can grow their knowledge. I'm a big believer that if a real estate agent grows their knowledge, their confidence will grow. And if they're more confident, they'll step out of their comfort zone. If they're more confident, they might try to do some prospecting or have conversations in those price points that they've never sold at before.
Yeah, that's definitely true. With experience comes confidence, and with
And
confidence.
with more confidence, you step out of your comfort zone. You might do some lead gen, you might do some
Mhm.
prospecting, you might do some networking, you might go to that chamber of commerce meeting, you might you won't be shy. I tell real estate agents, you can't be shy. Don't be a secret agent. You got to let people know what you do for a living. One of my sayings is, shy real estate agents have skinny kids. You can't be shy in this industry. You got to let people know what you do for a living.
That kind of concept, like, oh, he's a real estate agent, he's going to try to sell you homes all the time as much as he can. No, don't, you, oh, not like that. Some people
Yeah,
might
not
be
even
shy.
sell, right? It's just conversations, right? It's
Mhm.
relation based, right? So the more people get to know you, like you, and trust you, then they're naturally curious to what you do for a living. And if they know you, like you, and trust you, you'll have a higher probability of them entrusting you for their purchase or their sale.
Yeah, of course, being that this is probably his or her biggest investment. It's not
That's
always a
exactly
matter
right.
of which one can give you the best price, but
Yeah.
the one who can trust the most. You
Yep.
know, it's a long
You
term
know,
investment.
so we wrote a book earlier this year. It was a bestseller on Amazon. It's called Secret to Top Luxury Agents. And I had the forward was written by Glenn Stearns. He was featured in Discovery Channel's Undercover Billionaire. It was a TV show. I recommend people watch it. But I asked Glenn, I said, Glenn, you're a billionaire. You own properties across the world. What's the number one thing you look for in an agent that represents you when you're purchasing or selling, no matter what city? He said, number one is, can I trust them? And number two is, he wants to know about their network and what kind of marketing plan they have. So I share that with you for your listeners. Again, it's about trust. What can you do to build trust? You know, I'm a Sphere Rocket client myself. I have a social media, somebody that helps me with social media and editing my content and even posting some of my content. And a lot of the stuff I put out there is inspirational, but a lot of it's value add, informational value for buyers, sellers, market updates, so that my audience, people that I'm connected with, or people that are Googling me, if they look me up, they say, you know what, whether they like me or not, that's another topic, but at least this guy knows what he's talking about. Trust, and that builds trust.
Yes, that's absolutely true. You can tell all the wonderful things that you can do in the first day you met this guy, but if you want to go into deep, just search him up in Google and see how much this guy actually did in the entirety of his career. And
Yep.
if you see that you have social media active, just an internet having that kind of presence for like years and lots of content, and you do your own podcast, and
Yes, I
that.
have my own podcast. We have 299 episodes. It's called Luxury Listing Specialist, uh, Luxury Listing Specialist, and it's on Amazon. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify, Stitcher. It's called Luxury Listing Specialist, and so yeah, we have our own podcast as well.
Oh, sorry. And as a writer as well, I saw that you had a website that you can check out to get, a copy of your book. If
Yes, yes. So this book that I held up earlier, Secret to Top Luxury Agents, it's a bestseller in 6 categories. But your audience, people that are listening, if they're in the U.S., they can get a copy of my book for free. We will physically send it to them. It's 300 pages. We sell it on Barnes and Noble. We sell it on Amazon for $30. I'll send it to them free. They just pay the shipping and handling for $9.97. And for your listeners outside of the United States, they can get a digital copy for free. They simply would just go to freeluxurybook.com. Freeluxurybook.com.
okay, let me check that website and I'll show everyone. And that's actually cool. Most people will just give out a free digital copy, but a physical
Yeah,
copy as well.
if you scroll down, you'll see some of the co-authors that are in the book. So yeah, that's free luxury book. But if you scroll down, you'll start to see some of the names and faces, and there are some testimonials from big influential people in the industry. But if you go down just a little bit lower, you'll see where it says forward by Glenn Stearns. That's
Oh,
Undercover Billionaire. And then these are some of the amazing co-authors. I have 26 contributors in this book. Julie Foppel is a legend. She's out of Jackson Hole. Jack Cotton, I call him the godfather of luxury real estate. Cape Cod, he's with Sotheby's for over 50 years. Grant Cardone's wife, Elena Cardone's in the book, and a host of others. We have a mixture of male, female, large franchises, small. It's a collaborative of some of the best luxury agents, and they share their stories in this 300-page book. And as I mentioned, I'll give it to your listeners absolutely free. They can go to freeluxurybook.com.
that's why the firepower you got behind your book, helping you out in terms of getting the contents of all of this years of experience of all of these people is going to be part of the book itself. So it's definitely going to be helpful for anyone who's willing to learn more about the business and stuff. And speaking of working with this amazing people, do you also have a huge team of your own that you work with, or are you a one-man show kind of guy?
That's a,
You met.
that's a great question. I'm not a one-man show. I have a full-time personal assistant in-house, but as I mentioned, I am a Sphere Rocket client, and Sphere Rocket helps me with some video editing, and I produce videos, themed videos, days of the week. So Mindset Monday, every Monday, I do a short 2-minute video or so on mindset. Tuesday is called Tuesday Tips. So today I did a tip for real estate agents on if you have clients that are thinking about selling next year, you might consider doing some exterior maintenance now while the weather's still good here in the Midwest and throughout Illinois and United States, and maybe get some exterior photos of the home now while the grass is still green and there's leaves in the trees. Because if they decide to sell in January, February, the exterior photos won't look as vibrant. So that was my tip for today. Wednesday, we do something called Wealth Wednesday. Thursday, we call it Throwback Thursday. And then we do Feature Friday. And my VA helps me with editing and overlaying some images and some other stuff. And then I have another VA that I'm looking on bringing on from Sphere Rocket as we speak.
That's awesome. And if I may ask, how long have you had your VA working with you now?
Yeah, we're going on less than 3 months now. So I've only had him for about 3 months, but I'm already seeing a bump in interaction and comments and shares and likes. For example, one video that I produced and I released it last week, it has over 10,000 unique views, and that was before I did any boosting and paid advertisement. I put it on Facebook before Sphere Rocket, before I hired him. I would have not have done the editing. It looks very professional, and I would not have done that. And so because of that, I did the video, and because of that, I have over 10,000 views, and there's a lot of people that don't even know I'm in real estate, but now have seen this video.
So cool, because right now, before, I am assuming that you were editing your own videos before you had a VA, or
I outsourced, but they were a lot more expensive, and there was no congruency between my podcast, my vlog, and my videos. Now I brought it all under one roof and have one guy managing it all, including sending out emails. And I feel like my brand is more consistent, my message is more consistent, and I'm more consistent in putting out my content.
exactly, because having someone doing it like outsource, you can do some job for 1 or 2 months, but if you have your very own video editor, then you can keep the branding itself. So it's going to be consistent with all of your materials that you're sending out. So yeah, I think that's probably one of the the better things in having a full-time employee or a virtual assistant.
Mhm.
And if I may ask, in general, what do you think was the biggest impact of having a virtual assistant, especially in your case, in just 3 months that you've seen?
Yeah, it's only been 3 months, but I think the biggest impact right now is scalability, right? I'm putting more content out there for brand purposes. And I do a lot of training and speaking. I'm a national trainer. I'm the founder of the Lux designation. We do in-person events. I've spoken on major stages, and I'm going to Miami here in a few weeks, and next week I'll be in New York, and so helping me leverage my brand, leverage the things that sometimes I would take for granted. So again, in the 3 months, I feel like it's definitely helped build engagement and help me from a branding. And I called AS, authority score, right? People want to do business with people they like and they trust and that are subject matter experts. And I have tons of content in here, but now I can leverage it because I'm not just speaking it, but I'm presenting a lot of good information and packaging it up more professionally and getting it out there more consistently.
Definitely. So it's basically just you know, you have a lot of ideas in your head, but you don't know how to like simplify it in multiple postings or like content.
Yeah,
And
like, you
uh,
know, one of one of the things I've done is I've launched a real estate clothing line for real estate agents. So like this
that's
one
cool.
just says luxury CEO, but I have hats, hoodies, and both male, female. Lux is the brand, right? And so I have a store it's just luxuryspecialistgear.com, and one of our most popular items is our objection handling playing cards. So these are like a card playing cards, but they have objections and tips on how to overcome them and motivational sayings. And then literally in October, just this month, we launched the first ever day-to-day planner. So, real estate agents have a lot of ideas, and many agents, they write down sticky notes all over the place to reminders. So having a centralized planner day to day to keep them on task to reach their goals is important. So we launched the industry's global's first luxury agent planner, and that can be found on luxuryspecialistgear.com. Luxuryspecialistgear.com. Again, it's fun. We sell a lot of things to help agents build their brand. A lot of our shirts they're humorous, right? I have one shirt I created that says, "I'd rather be selling your home." And so people come up to me at the gym and they know I'm in real estate. Or I have another one that says location, location, location. And, let me see what I got. And yeah. So, anyways, just we do. I was grabbing one. I thought I had the location, but just little things, luxury, just things like that are ways to help build your brand. And
So
My VAs help me with that. My VAs help build the the branding to let people know about these various fun little accessories that we offer.
I've seen them, and by far, that's the most luxurious planner that I've seen. And it's an interesting take on like having merchandise. You know, people having shirts. It's a lot of people do that, but playing cards and a very own planner from you from
Yeah.
your company. That is an interesting
And
take. And
that's more from my consulting side, right? So it's not a planner like that. That's not for Michael LaFido as a realtor here in Chicagoland. That's more my global consulting company. But still, getting back to your original question, in the short 3 months, Sphere Rocket and my VAs help me with getting the brand, getting the message out there more consistently.
so better marketing, and in the game of selling, especially in real estate, it's not the best. The best real estate agent is has the best kind of marketing. It's how you win
Well,
in this.
it's almost like you and I rehearse this. I tell agents all the time, best marketer beats best agent. Let me say that again. Best marketer beats best agent. Now I'm trying to teach agents to be both an amazing agent and an amazing marketer. If that's the case, you're going to win at those opportunities you get. But best marketer beats best agent.
Oh yeah, so marketing definitely plays a pivotal role in terms of like what makes your business successful in any field. Marketing is definitely the top one that you need to
Yeah,
really work on.
I would completely agree. One of the things that I like to say is best agent. Some people think best agent beats best marketer. I think the exact opposite. I believe best marketer beats best agent. So if you're an amazing marketer, you'll be successful, whether you're new to a marketplace, whether you're new to a non even real estate related. If you're an amazing marketer, you'll beat your competition all day. I think one of the things I teach agents is be an amazing marketer and be an amazing agent, and you'll win all the time.
Yeah, best of both worlds, because I think with marketing you can sell the worst kind of service and product, but you're still able to sell it. But in the long run, you need to still provide that kind of quality that deals with the services that you provide if you want repeat clients and maybe to get referred to by people they know or close to them. And I think that's how you become just a successful person, business owner in general. And speaking more about your business, so you have two kinds of business that you own. One is in the real estate and the global consultancy. Are they somehow both correlated with each other? Are
Well,
they separate
they're
entities?
correlated from the standpoint, both are real estate related, right? So, uh, I practice what I preach. So I'm in the trenches as a real estate agent in the Chicago, Illinois market. So I sell small homes to mansions. We really specialize in luxury. And so my other business is helping real estate agents sell more luxury homes in their market, right? We teach them, we train them on their mindset, on systems, on lead gen, on conversion, on best practices. So they're very similar because they're both on luxury real estate. But one is I'm teaching real estate agents, and of course the other is I'm selling homes.
And you're selling homes in the Illinois market. So what makes Illinois so special, especially in the luxurious kind of market?
Well, Illinois still has the 10th most amount of millionaires uh, across the globe. So we have a lot of millionaires in our, so that's the good news, right? We have a lot of millionaires still here, but we are losing a lot of wealth. There's a lot of wealth that is leaving our state because we have high property taxes and other reasons. So we are losing a lot of wealth, but overall we still have a lot of wealth within Chicagoland. And so they have to live somewhere, right? So some live in the city in condos, other live in the city in a single family homes, but many live in the Chicago suburbs in big estate-like settings.
Okay, and going to the other side of the coin in your other project in consultancy. So what led you to grow this other business other than the real estate?
Yeah, so I spoke on a lot of people's stages. I've spoke on a lot of podcasts, a lot of events. Next week I'll be in New York speaking at somebody's event. The following week I'll be at the Miami Association of Realtors International Conference speaking at their event. November 12th, I'm doing a webinar for somebody else. So I've grown my audience. I've grown my brand. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time. But if you put enough content out there, you can't be shy. You got to go to these conferences and build your network. It's no different from any business. As a local real estate agent, I want to grow my network. Today, I went to a luncheon for the local Lions Club. Lions is like a group of older people that give back to the community. And so I attended that event. And again, those are some potential clients someday for me. So I want to build relationships.
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to this other real estate agent, and just a general tip on how to be a successful real estate agent or just anyone that's successful in business. He said, just go out there, meet people. If you're going to be in the business of selling properties, investments, then you need to build connections, networks. And I think, yeah, that's the same thing that you're also doing right now, just building connections for in the future. They might not need to sell houses now or buy houses now, but who knows, in the next year or so, they might need someone, and
Yeah.
you want to be that first person that they know that they will contact.
Yeah,
And
you're absolutely right. And you put yourself out there, and don't be shy, right? Network, right? Grow your network, and your net worth will grow. But if you grow your network with people that don't have money, your network will grow with people that don't have money. If you grow your network with people that are more successful than you, that have more money than you, it's not about money, by the way, but again, I believe money freedom equals time freedom equals relationship freedom equals location freedom. So if you have more money, you can bring on more assistants and hire some VAs and leverage and scale quicker and pull back a little bit. Uh, and so when you network, you want to be around other successful people. I tell people all the time, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You got to get in rooms where people are smarter than you because they'll pull you, make you better. I'm celebrating my 24-year anniversary this week as a real estate agent. I got licensed in October of 2000. And looking back, the three big things that I just did a educational video on this, the three things that I would recommend to anybody in my 24-year career as an agent, realtor. Number one is coaching. Again, my business skyrocketed when I invested in coaching. Number two is I organized my database and I communicated with that database through email, call, text, drop by. And number three is my net worth. My network. I grew my network. I got out there and I socialized and I talked and let people know what I did for a living.
Okay, so you're a really busy man in terms of like going out there and talking to people, which is great. If you're not busy in your business, and that means that your business is a lot of more improvements. So
Yeah.
I guess props to you for having spending all that time, and I guess having virtual assistants or assistants in general helps out and giving out that kind of freedom, because without VAs, I think it will take your time will be more restrained in terms of like going out there, and I think that's the kind of door that VAs are opening. You can spend you can pay someone $10 per hour to fix videos, or you can do it for yourself, and your time is like $100 per hour.
Yep. Yes. I mean, I'm glad you bring that up. Is what is your hourly worth? What are you worth, right? And so actually in this planner, one of the things I teach agents is to figure out, hey, what is your annual goal? And financially, how many weeks do you want to take off? So let's just say you want to take 2 weeks off. There's 52 weeks in a year. Take 2 off. That's 50 weeks. If you want to make, I think in this example I used, I'll share it with you. But in this example, I helped them figure out what is your annual goal. So if you want to make $500,000 in a year, okay, and you want to work 40 hours a week, 50 weeks times 40 hours a week equals 2,000 hours in the year. If you want to make $500,000 and you're going to work 2,000 hours, that's $250 an hour. So you got to ask yourself, what am I doing today? Is this worth $250? If not, maybe you should consider a VA to do some of those minuscule tasks. Because could I create some of those videos, edit some of those videos and some of those images? Sure. I'd rather have my VA do it because I know what my hourly worth is. Again, literally, my hourly rate is less than I pay a VA for the week.
That's amount of savings. And people might think, if you're gonna ask them, maybe you should get a VA. I can't afford a VA, but it's an investment. You're not necessarily losing money by hiring someone. It's an investment in the future, because once you build out, I guess a backbone of a VA that you have, then it will save you tons in terms of time, money, and you need to see the bigger picture on how it's going to help your business in the long run. So that's why you need a planner as well, to be able to pinpoint those tasks that you don't like to do, tasks that you can have someone to do for you, and tasks you need to focus on for the growth of your business.
Yep. I would completely agree. I would completely agree. At some point, I get it. There's two trains of thought. That's an investment. You got to think of it as an investment, but many people think it's a cost. If I were to bring on an assistant, that's a cost. It's an investment. It's going to free up time for you to be more productive on business, and so you can grow your business. But again, every business is different. But if you don't have an assistant or a VA, you got to think, what is your income need to be for you to take that next step to get that VA?
And of course, Michael, I'm unfortunately running short on time.
Yeah,
before
absolutely.
We end this podcast, I guess my last question for you is that you've been in the business for a couple of years already, and you started from as a realtor, and now you have your consultancy. So why do you keep doing what you're doing right now? It has to be more than just the money.
Oh, it's more than the money for me. I'm very passionate about it, to help people close out chapters of their life, for them to sell more than they think their house is worth, or for them to get at least the max amount of money for their house. It takes a specialist, somebody that's a great marketer and a great negotiator. So I'm very passionate about that as a real estate agent, but I'm also very passionate as a speaker, trainer, coach, consultant, because I want to raise the bar for our industry. Because if those agents are more successful because they're better educated, they're going to make more money, and that can change their family dynamic and relieve some stress at the house. So that is why I do what I do. And so again, I just thank you for the opportunity. And if anybody wants to get our book, again, they can go to freeluxurybook.com. And if they want to know where they can get this planner or some gear, they can go to luxuryspecialsgear.com. My name is Michael Lafido, Lafido. You can Google me and find me online, and let's stay connected.
It's amazing. So we'll be sure to post that in the description box so you don't get lost with the website and the contact information. And unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today's podcast. It has been an amazing episode so far. I've learned a lot, and hopefully you guys have learned a lot too. And you have a chance to get a free book as well. Make sure you go to the website mentioned earlier. And yeah, I guess Michael will get in touch with you as soon as you're able to.
Thank you.
That is it for today. And we'll see you again the next episode of the Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Goodbye, everyone.
Worried about missing out on family time because of work? Sphere Rocket VA can help. With a 45-day free trial, see for yourself how a virtual assistant can make a difference. Visit www.sphererocketva.com today and start making changes for you and your business.